Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And I'm back with the finale of What If Naruto Was Born of Madara's Bloodline. I just want to thank each and every one of you for sticking around for this series. The likes, the comments, the support, it's been truly amazing. I want to thank you guys. And yeah, don't be upset because more what ifs are coming soon for you guys to enjoy. Yes, I indeed have 3 more channels. All the links will be down in the description, so go ahead, check out Anime King 3, Anime Symbol, and Anime Prince. So yeah, in all 4 more. So yeah, links will be down in the description. And don't forget to turn on the bell notification to see when I post. And don't forget to comment your what if ideas down below on any latest posts. So without further ado or wasting any more time, let's begin this now, guys. So the last time we left off, Naruto was bested. His own father, Izumo, proved to be a greater threat than anyone would have believed. Izumo was dangerous, able to get by Naruto, able to get by everything. Naruto could feel it, but he could not understand or see exactly what is going on. But he did notice the difference between his and Izumo's eyes, just for a fraction of a second. We then get to see Izumo and the masked man having a discussion. It was clear that Izumo was in control. A member amongst the Akatsuki was betraying them. And it's time that they, got rid of their spy. Naruto proceeded to send word to every nation. They needed to talk. This threat was greater than any of them believed. He spoke to Fukaku. Fukaku was stunned. Of all people, Izumo. Even within his own clan, Izumo was a secret. His death always rubbed Naruto the wrong way. How could his father be so easily dispatched? It was all a lie. Naruto spoke to Mito. At first she wanted to stand and fight, but for the first time she saw fear in his eyes. It was his concern for her, so she agreed. A place was created, complete protection. She went inside, she would not be detected, she would not be found. Thus, she would stay there for the time being as they handled the threat out here, despite the fact that she really wanted to help. In the meantime, as the others gathered, Naruto arrived as Mei told him that the Three Tails was gone. The water surface was empty. Utakata was also taken as well. Naruto could not waste any time as he made his way towards none other than the land of waterfalls, where he came across Kakazu and Hidan. However, Kakazu punched Hidan's head clean off, as it was Kakazu who was Naruto's spy from the beginning within the organization. That is when Izumo showed up. The problem was Kakazu had no idea who he was. He caused explosions that would have leveled an entire mountain. But Kakazu was a very tricky bastard as he hid on the ground, sacrificing a few of his hearts. Once again, Naruto was bested as he could not touch Izumo. Reality did not seem to be his anymore. But Naruto started to see it once again, and Izumo noticed that as he proceeded to leave. The nations were being taken one after another, their tail beasts. As Naruto gathered along with the others, they came to speak. as he told them the threat and who it actually was. Izumo arrived as he showed that he was greater than them all, proving to be a superior force. The remainder of the tailed beasts were brought there. As Izumo started to siphon their power, they all tried to stop him, but every attack failed. It didn't matter who it was, until Naruto kicked him, shocking Izumo. He couldn't believe it. Mei Terumi was shocked. For the first time, someone actually hit him. But Izumo started to laugh. A proud father moment, he called it. But he told Naruto that it was useless. Having gathered majority of the tail beast's power, he returned, as he placed it within the Gedo statue. All of that power seemed to be flowing towards the strange crystal as someone lay inside. Izumo sat there smiling. When he told the masked man about this, he seemed to be more concerned than Izumo himself. Izumo just seemed to be proud of Naruto. However, Naruto seemed to be one step closer into understanding everything. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the place, check it out for yourself. So say we jump right into this brand new episode. Let us begin now guys. The ear twisted and warped as he stepped into the space. His mask proudly secure on his face. However, in this moment he took it off. He removed it and placed it down, showing the scars. He stood there, his face displayed to the world. Obito Uchiha, a man that was supposed to be dead. He walked. The location was large. It seemed to be a home that was well taken care of. As he made his way down the halls, he came to a stop. He stood at a door, holding his breath as he did. He finally exhaled as he opened the door. Someone was seated inside. They did not turn to face him, as he saw the brown hair. She would not look at him anymore. It was his own fault. Telling her everything, telling her the truth. He shouldn't have. "Aren't you going to face me?" he said. "Why should I? I can't even look at you. I'm so disappointed," she said to him. "I'm sorry. I'm not the one you should be apologizing to. Because you know the calamity and the destruction that you're going to bring. You set out to change this world. It was always in your heart. You wanted to be Hokage for a reason. You told me that night, back then in the war, to stop all violence, all chaos. Yet, you gave up. And look at the world that you're going to remake, as you're working as nothing but a lapdog for a man that is going to destroy everything. And you know that, and yet you still do nothing about it. You know what he will do if I do something. You know what? It doesn't matter," she said, finally turning. Her eyes, brown. There were two markers on her face, on the left and right. They were purple. Her hair long and brown. They were the same age. She was also supposed to be dead. Her name was Rin Nahara. As she looked at him, "How do you think I feel, knowing that day after day, you're doing this because of my health, to keep me alive, that you're going to sentence thousands of innocent people to death? And you said it yourself, his technique is going to cause more bad than good. You said that he's gone crazy, and yet you're doing this all because of me. The last time I thought my existence was a threat, I made Kakashi kill me. And now I want to die," she said. "Because if I don't, you're gonna help this madman end the world. And you're not gonna stop. I can't lose you again," Obito said. As he looked at her, "My life does not mean thousands of innocent people. Or who else? You don't even know if he would keep his own deal, despite what he is to you. You've seen it that he doesn't care. He doesn't care about you. He abandoned you and watch. Just to see your power. Because he wants to use it. Nothing else and nothing more. And now you know that you can help the good side win this. Because you know what is truly going on. But yet, because of my life, you're letting everyone die. Rin said. She took both of his hands. Remember the person that you once were. Remember the person that wanted to stop the chaos and the violence. I know when I died you believed the world was broken. But you were simply manipulated on so many different ends. You were used to do so many awful things. But you can stop this now. Please, she begged him. He stood there for a long moment, clutching onto her like her very existence would simply vanish away. It doesn't matter if I'm here or not. In the end, you will know that. I will always love you, she said to him. So please, help them stop this. I'm begging you, she said to him. Obito stood there. For the past couple of years, he had everything that he ever wanted. But at the cost of the world. So much is going on, so much under everything. And he had the information to help. Her being brought back into his life just showed him how angry she was at all of his choices. But his love for her was strong. His love for her was powerful. But the desire to help the world mean losing her. And he struggled with that choice. But her words, this wasn't the first time. This wasn't the first. Her words were getting through to him, day by day, hour by hour. Over the past couple of years, she's shown him compassion, care, and love. But his hate of lying to her won out, knowing that even before she was nothing but a hollow puppet. But she was free now to say what she truly desired, and he could see that. His own thoughts that her being okay with all of this was an illusion. And this is the real her. This is the her that wanted the better for the world. This is the her that died, sacrificed herself because she didn't want innocent people to die. His mind started to reflect the past as he looked down towards her. He did not hesitate as he gave her a kiss. But what does it mean as she kissed him back? Was he risking the world? Or was he risking her? Meanwhile, at Konoha, the past few days had been hectic for Naruto. The village seemed to be rather calm. Not just his though, all of them. The other tail beasts, around 70 to 80% of their tail beasts were absorbed. They could not contact them. The remainder of their chakra kept them alive. However, it affected all the Jinchurikis. The process of how quickly it was done was alarming to the other leaders. It made them quickly understand that this threat was real. They knew the power that the leaf held. They understand that the threat they were. However, this was no time to believe that Naruto was trying to take over. He's already shown the capability to wipe away nations. Is Susanoo towering over villages? So they came together, and now the remainder of the Jinchurikis were in hiding, along with the nine-tailed Jinchuriki, while the nations plot. It's been days of tireless work to ensure that his own father Izumo did not get what he desired. Naruto sat within the office, report after report. Kakazu had been filling Naruto in. The land of rain, that is the location. At the moment Jiraiya was scouting the area, Naruto forbade the man from making his move. but simply observe with his contacts. Kakuzu had spoke about the Rinnegan and the wielder of it. Jiraiya had told Naruto a story about the past. However, Naruto was rather certain that this Rinnegan wielder was nothing but a puppet for his father. He knew his father more than anyone else. The lengths that he would go, the things that he would do, to remain in control. All the villages were ready, as their target would be the Land of Rain. Naruto was 90% sure that is the location that his father was working out from, pretending like the village was still governed by the leader that they fear, the one that they call a god, but that is not reality. It was the first time that Naruto was able to hurt his father since actually knowing that it was him, learning more about his technique. Naruto could feel it, the difference, before it even happened, as the ear beside him turned and twisted. He rose in an instant. Someone emerged. Immediately, his guards all over, their blades drawn, yet it went through the individual. It wasn't his father though. Naruto Uchiha, we need to talk. The Anbu guards surrounded their Hokage for his protection, but Naruto raised a hand stopping them. As he spoke, did my father send you? No, he did not. And as of right now, I am the only one that can help you defeat him. Defeat him? Are you not his ally? Said Naruto. Yes, I am. But if he's not stopped, nothing will matter anymore. He spoke to Naruto. The Anvus were severely protective of their leader, as they were willing to die and fight for him right there, not wanting to leave his side. However, Naruto doubted that his father desired to kill him. He wanted to make him see the fruition of his plans. That was his ideology. He wanted Naruto to see. Some part of him wanted to make him proud in a strange way, despite his twisted deeds. After all, he celebrated when Naruto hit him. Trusting this person was something Naruto would never do. However, the first time he was talking to this one, he always knew that he was there, but there was just something feeling so familiar about this one that he couldn't put his finger on. He told his Anbu to stand down. As he stepped forward, they listened to his words. They leave the office, as Naruto would not leave this place. They understood with just a motion. They scoured the remaining area. Naruto remained standing. The masked man reached and unclipped his mask, putting it down. As Naruto saw his face, he was surprised. It seems like everyone is returning from the dead. Obito, said Naruto. How are you alive? My death was an exaggeration. I was saved by another ghost, Madara Uchiha. Naruto was surprised. What? How is that possible? He should have died a long time ago. You shouldn't be surprised by these turn of events. After all, my and your father is perfect example of that. But as you must know the past, you must see everything to understand it, he said. Would you allow me to show you? Obito's Sharingan could not pierce Naruto's. He could not take Naruto's mind. He had to ask for permission. Even with thus granted, he still could not manipulate him. The difference was clear, and it was a staggering one. While Obito's ability proved to be very dangerous, Their eye level strength was something else. He brought Naruto into his world, allow him to see Madara, rescuing him from everything, allowing him to see everything, allowing him to see the reality of this world. That is when he came out of nowhere, proving that he was alive. As Naruto stood there seeing it all, Naruto knew Obito when he was much younger. Obito was not that much older than him, as Naruto took in everything. However, something that his father said shocked Naruto to his core. He thought he was an only child. As the world seemed to return back to normal, they looked at one another. I have lived with this truth for the longest time. I was forbidden to ever tell you the truth, to ever interfere with you. If I did, he would take her away from me. Naruto walked towards the window. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think wanted her dead? She died by Kakashi's hands, yes. But because of your love for Rin Nohara, you were blinded by the reality of things. My father orchestrated her death. How do you know that? If I was in his situation, that is what I would do. There's a lot, not even you know it seems. You don't know how my father knew about Madara or you. Or how, all this time, he was your own father. He told me, not long after he introduced himself to me. After I thought he was dead, I was told my parents died when I was a baby. It was my grandmother that raised me before she passed away. I never knew anyone else. I never knew my mother or father. It shocked me as well, more so to know that I had a brother out there. But the more time passed, the more I start to realize that he created us for different reasons. You, to lead and to govern, to keep the seat warm for him. Me, to move in the shadows and do as he please. Why tell me all of this? From what I can see, if you betray him, she will die. Obito gazed towards the window. I was living in a dream world. Every single day, when I returned to her, all she saw was me. All she knew was me. Nothing else mattered. Nothing behind the door. Nothing outside. The world was empty, other than her feelings for me. It started to feel strange. It started to bother me. So I told her the truth. I allowed her to know everything. Despite her being unable to leave, she was disappointed. She was crushed to see the monster I became. And I started to see myself as a monster. I told myself that I was doing this for her and the world, but I have what I want. I also know that if something is not done, the world will never be the same. I know you don't care for our relationship or what we are to one another, but I came here to help you, because if our father is not stopped, things will never be the same ever again. You can see him. I know the moment he told me that you hit him, that you can win. How? Said Naruto. His eyes, it's different. I still don't know everything about them, but what I do know is he's affecting reality. I surmise that much, said Naruto. You have? Yes. I noticed when I fight him that nothing seemed to be stable. Is that the threat that you speak of? Yes. The downfall of the eyes of his. He wants to gather all the tail beasts to combine their power and fuel his own eyes. The moment he does that, he will have enough chakra and enough power to change the entire world. But there is a problem. With every change, a reaction take place. I was there to witness the test of this. After he gathered just 3 tail pieces, I was there to see it. Do you know of the Komono village? Komono village? No, what is that? Exactly. It was once a tourist hotspot. No one really remember or know, but just a few years ago, thousands of people died. It was then I realized how bad it was. But I told myself that I was doing this all for her and for a better world. I don't understand what you're saying, said Naruto. Did he kill them? No, that's not it. His eyes, they're connected to yours in a way. Tell me, your Mangekyou ability. Naruto looked at him for a moment. I can bend the will of others, Naruto said. I've used it before to punish those that disobey me. I can. Naruto paused for a long moment. You see it, don't you? The similarities. You have his old eyes. So, they're connected in a way. The ability that Naruto had used on Shisui and Itachi, allowing them to suffer pain in ways that made them would never betray the clan again. Naruto bent everything. Naruto thought his ability was fear and domination, a powerful genjutsu, but he was wrong. He was affecting reality. That is why his technique was so efficient, so effective. He was limited though. Despite having the Mangekyou, the eternal, after accepting his father's eyes. Why is that? He looked towards Obito. Why is that? Izumo eyes are not normal, Obito said. I've seen it before. Have you? Yes. The colors, Naruto said. A dark purple. Something I don't really understand. Exactly. He had years to study. There are locations around I found. I've sneaked in to see things that I don't really understand myself. Scrolls that date back to years ago. He amplified his eyes in some way. It was supposed to be an illusionary technique similar to yours, allowing one to see reality bend but not actually doing it. But somehow he's brought the levels to unimaginable heights. But right now he needs power. He needs the fuel of every single tail beast. And he needs the entirety of the 9 tails. It is the strongest. With it combined with the others, the power would be able to transcend him to other levels, where he can affect the entire world. The man that you've been fighting, he's no one. He's never truly there. What? Meanwhile, at Land of Rain, in the massive crystal, the body that was inside, it was him, Izumo. Back to Konoha. So it's been an illusion. Yes. With just a small handful of the tail pieces, he can project himself anywhere. The power is continuously flowing through him, and with their endless supply being able to recover it over and over again, he's limitless. With all the power combined, he would be able to do things that you can't even imagine. However, the problem is there are side effects. Changes happen. Equal exchange. With every use, something changed. The Akatsuki was 18 members. He's killed over 9 of them because of everything that he's done. It absorbed, taking an exchange for their life for another. Whenever he walked the land with an illusion. And right now the Akatsuki is done. I am the only other member left. The others, sacrificed and pawns as he called them. When he took over, the leader of the reign, Nagato Uzumaki, a lot happened. He did not only rewired him, he turned him into a puppet, a lifeless husk, someone that is fully under his control. When he manipulated everything, causing strings and pieces to get into place, thousands died. Every single thing that he does, the more power he used, the more effects happen. You saw it with your eyes. Changes in the ground when you move, when you fought him. No one else can but you. Because you're connected to him. And that is the only way to stop him. But as of right now, he's super amplified. The amount of power coursing through him. He's resting as we speak. That is why he's not always here. Taking his time to cycle the power through himself. But even now as he do this, changes are happening in the world. I think it's because of my ability, which allow me to phase between this dimension and another. It allowed me to feel and know the differences, but I can't see them unless he tells me. People have gone missing, people have died, and none of us know. Loved ones have been killed. Loved ones had been replaced. Entire people have been rewritten. He's not doing this, but he's not going to stop. Why? What is his end game? I don't know. I see. Once he gave her to you, you stop asking. Yes. And now, I want to change things. Because I realize she would be disappointed by everything I've done. So she is real. Yes. He brought her back. And that is when the village died. So, she was brought back and thousands were dead. Yet, I don't understand. If she is here, doesn't that mean the past should change? No, it's not like that. He can isolate a moment from the past, which he used to change reality itself and bring her here. He had taken at least 3 of the tail beasts by then. And he used the power to change her, bringing her to the proper age that she would be, showing that he can do almost anything. I'm not sure how did his eyes get to this stage, but what I know is, with all the power of the tail beasts, no one will be able to stop him. That is why I've come now, telling you that you have a chance to stop this all. And if you don't act now, we will all lose. The moment he knows that you're with me, she will die. Don't you think I know that? I simply want you to know because your heart is so tied up with her. Your thoughts might overweigh by your emotions. And that is something I cannot have, said Naruto. Not now. Obito released a breath. I don't want her to be fake. As much as I tried and I have. The real her would never accept this. And I can't accept it anymore. Good, said Naruto. Mito is safe. As are the others. No, you don't understand. What? He absorbed power from the other Jinchurikis. That is what he needed. Now that he has that, you can't hide anything from him. No seals, no protection. It won't work. You are the only one that can truly see what he can do. Destroying that crystal and fighting him. Fighting his physical form and killing him is the only way to stop this. That is the only way. So I should leave my village and go to the land of rain. Yes, I can take you there now. As I said, he's resting. We can end this before it begins. So we don't have to. Naruto turned his head, causing Obito to pause. What is it? What's wrong? Naruto looked around. This feeling. It's the same. What do you mean? I don't understand, Obito said. Obito, a voice spoke. His heart sank as he turned to see Ren Nohara standing behind him, a hand on the back of her throat. There he was, Izumo standing there. Well, isn't this a surprise? My two children getting along together, he said. Let her go, Obito said. I should. Is that an order? I must say, you disappoint me. I told you never to come here. I told you to avoid him. I know he's your brother, but I told you what I would do if you break my words. If you break my order. Please, don't do this, Obito begged him. A bad son needs to be punished. He pushed Rin forward. Obito reached out to catch her, but she dissolved into nothingness, right in his hands. He fell to his knees. I warned you, boy, he said. And you? What has he told you? Everything, said Naruto. Your actions right now are pointless. I won't allow you to get what you want. How can he tell you everything if he knows nothing? He raised his hand and snapped. Everything seemed to change. All three of them found themselves standing on a massive cliff, gazing down below. However, Obito released a black rod from under his sleeve. He drove it to Izumo, who stopped it with a hand. Obito's entire body froze up. Did you really believe that you can even try to kill me? From day one, you've served your purpose. From day one, you've been under my control. Well, seems like Father of the Year award goes to you, said Naruto, who was rather calm despite everything that was going on. What can I say? All of this is meaningless. In the end, he will thank me for what I'm doing for him. But now, just be quiet, he said, looking to Obito. Obito's mouth vanished, revealing a face with nothing there, just his eyes and nose. He was stiff and unable to move. Have a look, he said, as Naruto gazed downwards. He saw his father, but younger, holding the body of a friend. He saw the change in his eyes. That is when it happened. When I first activated my Mangekyou, he said, looking down. A close friend of mine died because I was not strong enough. The scene shifted as he was standing in front of Madara. I was shocked as well when I found out that he was alive. I was his first. I was the one that he desired to help him, to learn the truth of this world. However, I found his dream to be nonsense. But I kept his existence to myself. There are some things in his dream that I found to be rather intriguing. I've studied many things. The tablet, for example. There is something off about it. These eyes of mine are unique. They are special in many different ways. I never thought that they would be this special. The tablet was tampered with. The moment I saw that thing, hidden, trying to observe me, I attacked. His name, Zetsu. My eyes bound him. It was the first time I truly started to understand my abilities. I was able to learn exactly what he is. He told me his secrets as my eyes controlled him. I learned that this world was smaller than I thought. That majority of this is not really developed as it should. From then I set out to bring changes. I met your mother. She was a wanderer from the Uzumaki clan. He said, showing Naruto the image. For the first time that Naruto saw his mother, she was beautiful. She was stunning in every single way. It was a shame that I had to kill her. Naruto turned to face the man. I know you must be angry, but in the end, I will fix everything, he said. She wanted to take you away from me. I couldn't allow that. I couldn't allow that to happen because I needed you. While my eyes could not see the future, I could create futures through my sight. I view different scenarios of different realities. Back then my power was still limited, but I could view them in my own way. That is why I taught you from an early age how to affect the mind more than just physically fighting. I needed you to be smart. I needed you to be special. He looked down towards Obito. Your mother died while you were a baby. Don't worry, I wasn't responsible for her death. Our affair was something surprising. In truth, I was never expecting you. But before his existence, I thought about using you. But all the other realities that I look into, they all seem to be so wrong. So I kept you as the second pitch to eventually be brought on the board. I watched you from afar as you grew. The both of you meeting each other and never knowing that you were related. But things make a drastic turn on that day when I tipped those ninjas off so that they would be there to capture your precious Rin. Obito's eyes were fuming. That was the exact location where Madara lay. I figured that he would be intrigued to pass his will on to another, seeing that he failed with me and my efforts from stopping him from getting anywhere close to Naruto. Thus, I allowed it to happen. And in the moment of great tragedy, you survived. You watch as Rin died. To be truthful, that one wasn't me. That was all Madara's. I got rid of him soon after that. Your attack on the village was my doing as well. After we met, you believed that everything was okay, that you were in control of yourself, but you were not. That is when I started to tamper with your mind, forcing you to attack your own village, former village. I needed Minato dead because I needed my son to take over. I was aware that the Uchihas were feeling neglected and rageful. That is when I started to make movements. I did not reveal myself to you early, but I was the one that started to show you the reality of things. Didn't it seem suspicious you found books on different subjects that seemed so familiar with what was going on in your real life? He said, looking at Naruto. I guided you to see the path that instead of destruction you can bring control, take over. And I know that my earlier teachings that I ingrained into your mind would force you to take the path. Even while you lie dying, I was the one that entered your psyche. You thought you were fighting your mind to survive, but you were fighting me. I gave you that final push. I asked you if you wanted to give up and be a normal child, but no. You stood firm. I was so proud. You stood firm in your belief. And from that moment on, I helped you frame in the daimyo. I helped you with the Hyugas. I was always there, my son. He said as he kept on talking, but Naruto was silent. I needed to make sure that you were special, thus I left behind my eyes for you. All I needed though was the genetical chakra that make my eyes special. I infused them into another Sharingan, and due to the properties of my body, the eyes also reflected. Before I implanted them though, I made sure to empower them. Lot of trials and errors, but over the years many Uchiha died, some by my hands. The puppet that I rule at the Land of Rain, Nagato, I took his Rinnegan. There was a lot there to unpack. Truly utilizing and isolating the power. To create these, he said. He showed Naruto his eyes. The Sharingan, but the totems inside were curved in a way. His eyes never changed shape, like evolving into the Mangekyou, because they were already in a fragment state between two. Not to mention they were purple, and the background was dark, giving it a rather dangerous gaze. It took a lot of work to push my eyes beyond the limit. However, in doing so it damaged my body. The amount of power required to keep me safe and restore me was the tail pieces. And as of recently, I've gathered so much. All that power is now fueling through me. If you're thinking of trying to attack where my body lie, it is pointless. Soon enough, I will come for you myself. But for the time being, this shall do. And with this, I shall take the 9 tails and the remaining power, he said. And let me tell you the reason why. For all of this, he said, looking at Naruto. There was a woman. I am the only one that knows about her now. Her name was Kaguya Osusuki. She had a little spy roaming the world. The creature that I killed, Zetsu, he was her spy. It was because of him I learned how small we were. It was because of him I learned that we are the only ones that can truly rule, but we are too weak to do so. People would never understand. That is why I made sure I would do whatever it takes. With my power, I will change everything. I will rewrite everything. In her days, everyone came and offered their life and chakra to her, empowering her. And that is what we will do. With you by my side, son, because you are the chosen one. As for him, he said, looking at Obito, he can remain, but you were born special, he said. And you will be by my side as we take the power from this world. We will use it to become gods and step beyond it. Step beyond everything, he said. And we will grow and continue to grow. You might say that the power has driven me a bit mad, but ever since I start, I simply cannot stop. My desire is not to rule one, but to rule everything. To transcend the border of life, man. Orochimaru was someone that had helped me in the past, but your actions led to his death. He had a similar dream, but much smaller compared to what I have in store for us. We can rule as father and son, he said, because all of this is meaningless. All of this is pointless, he said, when you truly look at what the world is. So what do you say, he said, offering Naruto his hand. Naruto hadn't said a single thing for the longest time now. As he finally spoke, you killed my mother, he said. She was a means to an end. She's not important right now. You know, I was gonna give you a chance to see what you're doing. For you to realize that this hunger has driven you insane. But I realize now, your actions are not something that I want to even think of. I'm simply gonna kill you. No second chances. No begging for another chance to survive. Another chance to do. Another chance to see any sort of working this out as father and son. I'm simply gonna butcher you until there is nothing left. Because as you stand right here, sputtering your nonsense, all I feel is disgust. You conniving, despicable, disgusting man. I will break you in ways that will make you suffer beyond belief for what you've done. Izumo sighed. You've disappointed me, son, he said. I thought you would understand, but it's pointless, he said. The world returned back to normal as they were in the office. Well then, I'll simply take what I want. With that, he was gone. The next moment, Naruto also vanished away, leaving Obito the only one there. As he left the room, two Narutos split, one of them a clone as it made its way. Meanwhile, Mito sat as she was conversing with Yujito, the only other girl that was here. She's met Roshi and Han before. They didn't really talk that much. She didn't have much when it came to socializing with other Jinchurikis. Unfortunately though, they were interrupted. There was no flash. Nothing, he just was there. Well, seems you're all ripe for the picking, he said. Immediately they got to their feet. Mito was pushed away by Yujito as she remembered what happened when they were at none other than a line of iron. They could not see it though, but chains. It came from him, but they simply could not see it. It stabbed into them. They believed that he was taking their chakra without even touching them. Stop it! Stop it, she said as she went through hand sign. However, he thrust his hand out as she was slammed into the wall. Wait your turn. The finale shall be spectacular, he said to her. And it will not be done here. As he was absorbing their chakra, he was caught off guard. Bam! He was struck. His entire head was blown clean off. However, Naruto's eyes strained. It was like looking through another pair of glasses that weren't yours. As Naruto saw it, his chakra formed into a blade. A winged blade as he thrust and tear through the chains. The Jinchurikis all collapsed on the ground. Izumo, back on his feet, his head restored, Naruto stood in front of Mito, his hand signaling to her to go. There is no point, Izumo said. There is nowhere that she can hide away from me. Naruto stood there as Izumo flickered in and out. What the hell? What is this? You shouldn't have abandoned all your friends, Naruto said. Well, the ones you control. Flashback. The clone of Naruto had made its way off. Meanwhile, hiding at the border was several people, including Jiraiya. Jiraiya felt the scroll. As it started to glow, he unraveled it. Word was sent to every single person that was there as the order came in. However, it was more information than they expected, but they were given one specific order. The tower, the largest one with the statues on it. Inside, where the real body lie. Ninjas move like a ghost, sweeping through the village. Specially trained, several of them, once root ninjas. Jiraiya also made his way. As there was no one there, the place was underground, and the Land of Rain citizens and ninjas knew better. Not to mention, he wasn't expecting this move. His own arrogance, his own, belief that he was untouchable. Jiraiya arrived and saw a man sitting on a throne. He was shocked when he saw that it was Nagato? His hair was pale, his eyes were dim. He was alive but so hollow. When they found the crystal, they saw the massive statue. They saw the strange white tentacles itch into the crystal. They did not hesitate as they started to strike it. As they were breaking it though, back at Konoha, he started to laugh. You are only delaying the future, but it's a future that is certain, he said. He vanished. And the Land of Rain, the entire tower exploded, sending the ninjas crashing, rubble burying them. Jiraiya coughed as the body of Nagato had landed on him. He pushed him over to the side as the rain fell down. What happened? He said. Jiraiya heard footsteps as he turned to see. You, he said. In the flesh, Izumo said. As he was standing there, the Gedo statue was nowhere to be seen. He clenched his fists. It's been a while. Looks like things, worked out better than I thought. Now for the last one. I won't allow you to touch her, Jiraiya said. Izumo laughed. You foolish man. You are not that important, he said. Your existence is no threat to me. It is pointless. Back at Konoha, as Naruto got everything that he needed. I am the only one, he said. But what if you lose? And I'm just here knowing that I would never see you again. Mito said, as Naruto already barked out orders to everyone. Tsunade was there. Fukaku was there. All the other clan heads. Having them there would do more wrong than right. In the past, I would have knelt down and tell you that. It is simply too dangerous. But you're a big girl now, said Naruto. And I'll tell you the truth. Yes, there is a chance that I will die. Her body stiffened here and that. But even if I do die, I will ensure that he is no longer a threat to you or anyone I care about. As I stand here, I promise you that you will be safe. But what about you? How can I worry about my safety when you're gone? You saved me. You cared for me and protected me for the longest time now. To know that you're walking to your death, It's gonna be okay, said Naruto. Just believe in me. I made a choice a long time ago to be the village Hokage. And as the leader, I cannot just stand by and allow my village or my people to be harmed. I have to go, he said. She sniffled slightly. Just come back, please. He smiled as he vanished. Naruto arrived towards the edge of Konoha, where Obito was simply walking away. I need your help. I can't help you. He's been controlling me since day one. I was nothing but a pawn, a puppet. You're the one he truly cares about. His affection or care for my life does not bother me, said Naruto, because I'm going to kill him. I wish you luck. Everything I love is now gone. All of my actions were pointless. I gave you what you wanted, the information. Little I know, as he had to come and fill in the rest. I can't fight him. You're the only one. I'm sorry. Obito twists away in a swirling vortex. Naruto sighed as he strapped his gunbei on. Meanwhile, Mei Terume got word. After Naruto left, all of the nations did. She gripped the note in her hand, immediately getting to her feet. Meanwhile, as Jiraiya was knocked to the ground, the scroll not too far away started to glow. As there was a flash, Naruto was there. Izumo, about to deal a strike to Jiraiya, dodged Naruto's strike. He jumped away, skittering across the ground as he did. Ah, my son. It's good to see you. Well, it's good to see you in the flesh. Speaking of myself, I mean. Ah, my father, said Naruto. Are you ready to die? Come now, my son, let us talk. Let me show you the right way because you still seem to not be able to grasp it. I told you this. Whether you take my words for reality or not, I am going to kill you. And I'll make it hurt for what you did. Fine then. I'll just have to defeat you. As that is the only way that you will learn. When you have nothing, that you have me. The rain, which seemed to have paused a moment ago, started back up as the thunder clashed in the heavens. Izumo's eyes seemed to flash for a moment. The ground started to move as all the soldiers that were blasted away start to rise. One of them run and slammed their fist into Naruto's face, drawing blood from his lips. Another slashed him. Jiraiya shouted at him to move, but Naruto opened his eyes. The same illusion that he used on Itachi and Shisui. He released it. It counteracted the effects as Jiraiya saw all of them vanishing away. Well, he didn't understand. But he saw the pattern on the ground. That wasn't an illusion. What was that? He's changing reality. I simply fixed it, said Naruto. Izumo clapped. Impressive, he said. But how long can you keep that up? I have. Majority of the tail beast's power inside of me. My chakra nearly limitless. Do you really believe that you can defeat me, boy? He said. Naruto, draw for the gunbei. You told me that there is always another way, a piece that has been yet to move. And in this situation I see several of them. Izumo chuckled. Fine then, he said. They dashed at each other, as Jiraiya was there to witness it. The greatest battle that would ever clash on this earth. Punches after punches, kicks after kicks. They were using the same taijutsu. It was flawless. Neither could break the other guard. Izumo was sticking to pure taijutsu right now. When they jumped away, hand signs moved like breeze. Flames emerged. They were like titans coming together. Ninjas, hailing from the rain, start to rush to the scene. Some of them being caught up. Their existence were erased before they even know what was going on, as the flames swallowed them whole. They went back to hand. Izumo trying to trick Naruto. The twitching of Naruto's eye, showing that he had to keep his composure on the battle and maintain his illusion to keep reality stable at the same time. Izumo started to overwhelm him. The amount of chakra at his disposal, when he let loose, the very sky itself quaked. Jiraiya was left astonished and afraid. It was too much. Naruto summoned his Susanoo, covering the heavens themselves. It seems as the wings exploded out. With a simple swipe, he split the skies. The rain stopped. He took to the heavens as Izumo started to flee, moving away from Naruto, but it seemed to be a ploy as he raced towards the sea. Upon arriving there, Izumo landed on the water, looking up at Naruto's monstrosity. Away from the village, Naruto raised the blade into the heavens. It glowed, twisting and turning as he brought it down. A tsunami was formed. However, the blade was stopped by a hand. As Izumo erupted from the water, his Susanoo was blue. It was majestic in every single way. The two titans could be seen from a far, far distance. Jiraiya didn't even have to go close. The entire coastline was feeling it. Every single ship that was on the seas were being destroyed. Izumo's Susanoo was the same height as Naruto, but unlike Naruto, it had over 100 arms. They seemed to be woven into each other, looking like it was two, but when they gripped into Naruto's, it grabbed him. Yet, as his blade sliced them off, they kept on regrowing. The two titans struck each other, causing colossal shockwave running through the village and through the coastline as the water vibrated. Entire islands sank as they took to the sky, their clash causing vibrations to spread. As Naruto power surged, you could see flames. The black flames of the Amaterasu surrounding his blade. He swung. Izumo summoned a massive shield as it covered the arms. The force was enough to release typhoons and winds that tore through everything. If the village was right there, it would have been gone. Luckily, it was not, but they still felt the effects as buildings collapsed. It was chaotic. It was terrifying in every single way, as Jiraiya had to hunker down, keeping the body of Nagato safe. Meanwhile, Izumo flew to the sky. As his voice rang out, speaking from the Susanoo, "For everyone else, you reign supreme, my son. However, it is time that you truly witness what power truly is." His Susanoo started to grow as he started to use the excess chakra of all the tail beasts. It became so large that Naruto's Susanoo looked average. Its arms fusing together to create two massive arms. One of the hands were taller than Naruto. Entire Susanoo. The thing could be seen from everywhere. Its presence being felt as ninjas from all the nations were heading to the Land of Rain to join in the effort of stopping him. Mei Terumi and her people were in water as they had been moving across the sea. It being a quicker way, she ran on the water surface as all of their ships has been destroyed. It got rough, extremely so. She and the others, they paused though. They paused as they looked up towards the monstrosity. Yet, Naruto did not stop. He flew upwards, dodging the blows. His blade struck the chest, but no effect. Izumo grabbed him and crushed him in the earth. When his heel raised, Naruto's eyes went wide. Boom! He crushed him like he was an ant. All the tail beast's power, so much of it. Naruto lay there, his Susanoo fading away. Izumo dropped his leg once again, but Naruto jumped. His speed pushed to its limit as he escaped the drop. Izumo stepped like a behemoth chasing an ant. Naruto formed a dragon made from flames. Izumo released a wind from simply flapping his hand. He started to form 10 tail beast bombs. They surrounded his Susanoo as he fired them. They were miniature compared to normal size. One explosion sent Naruto sailing as he crashed into the dirt. Izumo finally relented. He made his way down. "Do not count yourself out," he said. "Your power is still great. If it was anyone else, even Madara, I'm pretty sure that I would give you the favor hand. Unfortunately though, you're still limited. Your chakra, while you have a lot of it, you do have your limits. And right now I'm being powered by all the tail beasts." He picked Naruto up by his throat as he held him there. "Please don't be another disappointment," he said. "I did this for you as well. Why can't you open your eyes and see that?" he said, as Naruto seemed to be at his limits. Izumo shaking him. "Aren't you hearing me? Don't tell me you've gone and died on me already," he said, as they stood on one of the broken islands. But Naruto did not respond, his eyes closed. That is when Izumo saw something strange. He siphoned the chakra away to reveal Obito. What? As Obito eyes were wide open. An illusion. What is? Naruto grabbed him from behind. He held him as Izumo tried to break free. Obito got up. He held the rod in his hand ready to drive it through Izumo's chest. However, an explosion of power blew the both of them away as Izumo raised. However, he felt it. He snapped his gaze towards Naruto. "What have you done?" Moments earlier, as the explosions went off, Naruto was grabbed. Obito bringing him to his dimension. "What are you doing? We don't have time. Listen to me. I'm gonna take your place. I figure that you must have an idea how to weaken him. But you need to get close, am I right?" "Yeah, but I'm not strong enough," said Naruto. "But if I can get close enough, well, I can get you close enough. Use those eyes of yours on me so that you wouldn't be able to see through it." Naruto nodded as they put their plan into action. The illusion Naruto placed on him. It took a greater strain on Naruto's body, but they just needed a few seconds, and Izumo fell for it. However, that was not what they were really planning to do. The time that they needed was enough. Izumo felt the dip in the chakra. "How?" he said. "Your eyes and mine are similar. You experimented on yours to make yours stronger and special, but I don't have the luxury or time for that. What I do have are these," Naruto said, as Uzumaki chains came from his back. "What? You never knew I had them." "Yes, I kept them a secret. It was after I woke up, when I was poisoned by Danzo. My body was so weak that the Uzumaki part of me started to emerge. I kept them to myself. Only one other person knows, and it's Mito. It's the first time I've been able to do this," said Naruto as he looked up. Izumo saw that Naruto's eyes were bleeding. "What did you do?" "I pushed them to the limits. It's just a fragment. You told me your story when you first felt that feeling of twisting reality. So I simply did the same on my chains. Instead of just sealing, which would not work on you, I absorbed your chakra. It was a long shot that it would even work. But as you said, you gave me your eyes. And it did work," said Naruto. "It doesn't matter. I still retain enough power to crush you." "Perhaps you do. But things are different now," said Naruto. "I have help." Naruto placed a hand on Obito's shoulder. "You foolish boy. I control you. I made you what you are. Disobey me and you will never see her again. You already took her away from me. I fooled myself in believing that she would be happy with what I've done, but she was disgusted when she learned the truth. And now, I'm gonna put an end to you once and for all, he said. All you did, all you made me do. I'm gonna enjoy this, Obito said. Naruto shared the power. Not as much, but he shared it with him. When their eyes glisten, when their Susanoo rise together, instead of two, they form together as one. Naruto at the head, Obito at the chest. Let's do this. You foolish children. You've disappointed me once again. It doesn't matter. I'll rule by myself, he said. Once again, the battle of titans began. This time, much more even. They took to the heavens. Land could not measure their power. Tail beast bombs were launched around. Blades made of Amaterasu, as Obito created 4 arms from the Susanoo, each of them holding a blade. They swung and sliced. It released enough energy to split islands, which it did. As they clashed together in mid-air, Obito formed massive arrows as Naruto aimed. They struck and break the chest of Izumo Susanoo. They started to pressure him down. The more attacks were getting through. Izumo cursed as he summoned the Gedo statue. As he summoned the behemoth, he absorbed it as well. The Gedo statue was a piece of the ten-tailed husk. He allowed all the power inside of him to combine, not separate. When they did, despite lacking the 9 tails, the power grew exponentially. The tide of the battle turned as he started to overpower them. With each strike, each punch, each step, they were losing. Naruto cursed under his breath until he felt it. Izumo also felt it as well. It was the power of the 9 tails. Mito, why was she here? What the hell is going on? Being closer, Naruto took off as Izumo took his time, knowing that he was winning. As Naruto and Obito landed, them leaving the farm. What the hell are you doing here? Said Naruto. How did you even get here? He noticed a scroll. Shock. How did she use it? It's no time to talk, he's coming, she said. That is why you shouldn't be here. Go now. I made a deal. What deal? Said Naruto. In order for all of us to survive, the 9-tailed don't want to die either. What do you... She grabbed both of their shoulders as they felt it. Izumo came to a stop. The Susanoo rise once again. But it was different. Far, far different. It was larger. Now sporting 9 massive tails. Mito's body was surrounded by a golden cloak of chakra. You ready, Kurama? She said. Let's do this. The power surged, along with Naruto and Obito's, creating a monstrosity of pure power as they flew out of the village and took to the seas. What is this? Izumo said. As he looked towards the 3 of them, Mito was right at the throat. The mouth opened and roared, releasing a shockwave that blew Izumo back. As Obito sat there at the heart watching. Over the years, Izumo had captured many, stole many chakra. The equivalent would have equaled to the 9 tails, but it was not. All that power inside of him, submerging in it for the longest. All the tail beasts were dissolved inside of him. But now, they were stronger because they were together. This doesn't change, Izumo said. You both die here. This clash was beyond anything. Everyone that was watching from a far distance held their breath. Nations were weeping in fear. With each struck, minutes, Minutes pass by as they seem to be climbing. Around 15 minutes in, tail beast bombs start to pamper the surrounding islands. The ocean was behaving erratically as it exploded from one end to another. Finally, they summoned their power to the absolute peak, and they struck. It tore through Izumo armor, tearing through. The explosion of the power colliding blew them out of the sky as well. This was unfaded. Mito, this was her first time using this power. Nuta grabbed her and tossed her to Obito. Obito raised his hand as Nuta landed on it and pushed off. Izumo was falling, weakened, as the power explosion had harmed him. He looked up as Nuta punched him in the face. Nuta did not stop as he pampered his face with punches as they fell into the water. Izumo tried to get a grip on Nuta. Nuta flipped him and grabbed him by the neck. Chains emerged and stabbed into Izumo's side, not wrapping, stabbing into him. He created a blade from chakra as he melted and twisted reality. They surrounded Nuta as they stabbed into his back. He could not fight it. If he did, he would lose this struggle. They dig into his flesh as Nuta started to cough up blood in the water. "Let go of me," Izumo said, but Nuta wouldn't listen. "Fine, die." A blade formed from the water behind him and straight towards his heart. However, it was twisted out of reality as it was interfered by the Kamui. Izumo looked up and cursed. Obito could not see it, but he could see Nuta whimpering in pain as he had gotten Mito to safety. So he spammed his Kamui all around Nuta, and it worked. Izumo cursed as he tried to release the chakra to blow Nuta away, but Nuta forced it back in, which created a bubble. The excess chakra started to build and build and build and build, having nowhere to go in or out. Boom! Obito found himself a distance away, shocked. He didn't do this. The entire seaboard saw the explosion as it shot into the heavens. An explosion large enough to simply wipe away a nation just like that. However, the next moment it started to be pulled in, like reality itself was stopping it from going any further to harming the people. Same for Obito, he was teleported, not by his own will. It was Izumo. He was trying to absorb it. Nuta was the one that teleported Obito away, and Izumo used the opportunity to absorb it, but Nuta, chains wrapped around him, tearing into his flesh. The both of them fought for control, trying to absorb the excess power. Their eyes locked together. Nuta hand shot upwards as Izumo tried to stop it. Nuta headbutted him. Nuta had no other choice. He reached and sank his teeth into Izumo's eyes. It was the left one. Nuta tore it out. Izumo cursed and screamed. Nuta pulled his head back and beat it into Izumo's until it was bloody. Izumo staggered as Nuta hand slipped past and gripped his other eye. He ripped it out. Nuta plucked out one of his own eye without hesitation. His hand turning green with medical ninjutsu as he fused it into his, not knowing the ramifications. But it was enough to stop Izumo from absorbing the power, stopping him from controlling reality. But due to them pulling the force back and pushing it a moment ago, the one eye could not withstand the force. It became unstable. In the process, Naruto was able to cancel out the explosion so that it wouldn't spread anymore and wipe away everyone around. stopping it from consuming the village that was nearby. However, that action caused the eye to grow more unstable. The power too much to push everything. Naruto knew what was gonna happen. He saw something. It was recently done. It could be reversed. The next moment, the eye went boom. Problem was, it was inside of his skull. Naruto fell. So did Izumo. They crashed. They crashed on the landmass down below. One of the broken island's pieces drifting as they fell beside each other. That part of Naruto's face seemed to be destroyed as he was not moving. Izumo could not see. As Naruto took his eyes and messed with his own chakra, his skull bleeding badly. You idiot. Killed yourself just to take me down, he said. However, Izumo felt nothing. Where did all that excess power go? He looked around. Everything should be gone by now, so where did it go? Well, seems I won. Izumo gazed upwards as he could not see. What's going on? He said. His body broken. It seems it worked. Naruto said, looking down. As he looked towards Izumo, the Naruto on the ground, his body started dissolving to nothingness. What's going on? Answer me! Well, I absorbed the remaining power. It's much easier to use when you focus on one thing. I had no idea it would actually work. I duplicated myself. But you died. Yes, I did. But my memory, my consciousness, everything. I'm here now, said Naruto. I'm not just a clone or a fragment. I solidify myself into reality. Flesh and bone, blood, everything, as you can see. But I did die. But I'm back, said Naruto, as he looked down towards Izumo. And now, it's over for you. You fool. You destroyed the one thing that could change everything. And you wasted all that power. Yes, I suppose you're right. The tail beasts will never be restored ever again. And your eyes are completely gone. And I can never change reality. But I don't want that. I see it with my own eyes. My body turned into dust is a result of that. The effects. And I don't want that world that you desire. I don't want to become a god. I don't want to rule the universe or what you say. You speak of these threats from other worlds. If they come here, we will be prepared. And we will fight them. And I will fight until I can't fight anymore. Because that is what a leader does. You are just a pathetic excuse of a father who's done so much wrong, believing that he's doing right. But as I said, you would pay, said Naruto. Naruto started to slam his fist in Izumo's face. For everyone that you hurt, Naruto said, for trying to end the world. For my mother! Naruto did not stop until Izumo could not even speak anymore. His face squashed in. Naruto then picked him up and set him ablaze with the Amaterasu. As Naruto felt it in his eyes, he no longer had the eternal Mangekyou, just the normal. His eyes were bleeding. He watches Izumo fade away, every last fragment of him. He heard something as he turned to see Mito and the others run along the water, made Terumi along with them. A smile greeted Naruto's face. Obito was nowhere to be seen. Time skip. The people of the land of rain, Naruto came to them and promised that they would help. They would not leave them like this. They were grateful. In pain at the moment, but grateful. When he had a moment, Naruto stepped aside. You can come out now. As Obito emerged. I guess we won. Yes, we did. Naruto looked at him. You can come back to the village. I can't do that. After what I've done. You didn't do anything. You were manipulated, said Naruto. I know it's hard, but there can be a future for you. A future where you're happy. I'm afraid I gave my happiness away. Well, not exactly, said Naruto. What do you mean? In the final moments, there was something else I could do, said Naruto. I suppose it's because he recently, stopped his fixed point in reality when it came to her. Obito looked at Naruto, holding his breath. Was he saying what he think he was? You're my brother, Naruto said, and I wanted you to be happy. In the end, I wanted everyone to be happy. I have to say the power was enticing. I tried to restore the dead of all, but I couldn't. Their deaths were too long ago. My mother, Mito's mother, her father, I tried, but it was too long ago. To stabilize them back into reality would have destroyed the eye the moment I tried. But one recently fell. Someone that you cared about. You really... Where is she? He said, looking at Naruto, tears in his eyes. Where you left her, said Naruto. Obito vanished as he returned to the office of Konoha. Obito? What happened? Rin said. How am I? He enveloped her in a hug. As he cried, weeping tears of joy. Time skip. True to their word, as others decide to help after all. It was not one person that caused this. It was them fighting to save the world. The Nine Tails realized that it was better staying here than turning into a supply source. So he had gave Mito full access to his power, due to her having the key which Jiraiya had gave her some time ago. That is the reason why she had passed out after the battle, as it was her first time tapping into that power. She did meet her parents as well, something she was happy to do. But in the end, they worked together and survived. And it seems that draw the nations closer. Together they face a tragedy. Together they survive. As months passed by, the relationship between Naruto and Mei, it got closer. The threats were gone. They had time to truly sort this out. The world wasn't truly aware of Obito that he was alive or Rin. Naruto did get to meet her once again. His brother was still trying to figure things out. If it came back to him socializing back to Konoha, allowing Kakashi to know that they're alive, there was a lot to unpack. Naruto stood over his village, proud, happy, knowing that there was still threats out there. The temptation that led his father down this path. But when they rise, he would be ready. There was a lot to be done to get stronger. A lot more to do. But for now, he was happy with how things work out. Very, very happy. But guys, be and subscribe right here. Thank you all for the support and the likes and everything, guys. I just want to say it's been a wonderful road. And as you already know, more series coming out for you guys to enjoy. But I'm out for now. Peace.